I forgot to plug in my my thing, didn't I? By my thing, I mean my tablets. That way I can draw. Someone was asking, he's using a tablet, right? Yes. I'm not that good at drawing. So I ran into a problem recently. And the problem is that if I keep up at this rate, we've listened to about 100 things. 100 songs by doing this way. And the problem that I'm having right now is that, first off, I have none of my shit set up, which is awful, but normal for me. No, wait, it's in here. I'm good. There it is. Okay. So the problem I've been having is that we've gone through 100 songs and we've done 7 cards. So 7 divided by 78 would tell us how many more that we need, right? So 78 divided by 7 is 11. So 11 times 100 more songs that I need to find. I have a lot of favorite bands, you know, Merciful Fate, King Diamond. Who else is on my battle jacket? Ghost is on there. Candlemass, stuff like that. But I don't like every single song they do. There's some songs that I don't like. I know, blasphemy, right? So that means that I don't have that many songs. Like I probably don't. They probably haven't released 100 songs each that I like, you know, let alone 100 songs. So what we're gonna do this time is we're gonna listen to full albums. So I've put up a different playlist just for this. We're just listening to metal. I don't think the megas are metal, are they? Anyway, we're gonna start with Venom's "Welcome to Hell." I haven't listened to all the stuff on this this album, so I kind of wanna, and it'll be followed up by a piece of Mind and Mirror by I don't know how to pronounce that. It's Norwegian. Anyway, that's what we're doing today as far as music goes. Today, as far as art goes, if you haven't seen this before, we're doing heavy metal tarot. So the general premise is that we're going to do all of the metals in a very specific, or all the tarot cards in a very specific style. That link that Moobot just linked in chat is not the right one. Speaking of linking things in chat, I'm going to link something in chat, and I'm not going to pop it up on screen because I may stop doing this depending on how it goes. But I am doing commissions for now. We'll see how it goes. If it goes awful, then I'll stop doing commissions. Let's see. Let me pull up Psy real quick. So I've got 2 slots. What that means is basically I'll have two drawings that I'll be working on any given time, and then I won't promise to do any others until... Why is there a canvas failing to open? Oh, it's because it's a PNG. So last time we did the 2 of Pentacles, and I kind of want to finish it off, but I might do that off screen. Let me give you a screen region of that, though. Art stream. Oh, and here's another thing that happened. I got a skull. I got another one because it's almost Halloween, and this one does this, which is nice. It's not totally anatomically correct. I mean, it's a Halloween prop that was like $6 or something, so I don't expect it to be. But it's good enough for my needs, you know? Like, sometimes there's an angle that I don't exactly know what it would look like. And I've got another one, the one that's always in the background. So... this one's a little bit better, but its jaw doesn't open, and on the bottom of this one, it's just flat, and that's no good. It also cost me $6 instead of like 5, so that's no good. This one it's a little bit more anatomically correct on the bottom, so. Anyway, it makes me happy to get an extra skull that I can use. Halloween just makes me happy. It's Halloween. It's not actually, but I'm gonna say it is, because I mean, fuck it, it's almost Halloween, right? Every day to me is Halloween. Like an ancient scene, you know just what I mean. King Diamond, 1989, I believe. Halloween is like my favorite holiday. If you aren't aware. Momoko? Oh, you're going to the bathroom. She has been a little shit this afternoon. Like, she has just been tearing shit up and knocking on the door and just. Tilda needs to sleep because she didn't sleep last night. I need to stream because that's what I do. Um, and yeah. Halloween is fairly close. I don't know who I'm going to be yet or what I'm going to be. I dress up for Halloween. Even if it's just for me, you know? I still do it because that's how I am as a person. I'm a fucking weirdo like that. Anyway, I did stream earlier today, so that did happen. So we're gonna listen to "Welcome to Hell" by Venom first, and then it'll move on from there. You should look for the metal albums playlist that I've got, and this is just some artifacting because OBS does some weird shit sometimes. So yeah, I'm gonna hit play in 3, 2, 1. That's how you start a fucking album. Is that how the album actually starts? Yeah, it does. Okay. I should probably count down again since I just screwed it up. The reason I'm doing this for those of you that are here live is 3, 2, 1, go. The people on After Hours, I edit out the music. I just have a separate recording of me talking going. And then the people who are, watching on After Hours. Venom is an amazing band. All right, so I'm thinking that we keep going on with the 3 of Pentacles. I looked up what the 3 of Pentacles is about. It's about like teamwork and stuff, I think. That's fine, guys. Nothing forcing you to stay. Venom was the first band to refer to itself as black metal. Does that work, Malt? Since you're here, who's actually used that system, does that actually work fairly well for jazz and stuff? This is probably not the best entry level band for people. I would recommend like Metallica and stuff like that, just because. And some of the albums that I've picked out already are ones that are they're kind of like ones that I listen to. This one's the 2 of Pentacles, and we'll get further in. I need to reread that definition of the 3 of Pentacles before we get going. Help, it's my first stream. What do I do? Just chill. We're doing art. This is a little bit weird. This is not a standard stream for me. Every Monday I do it. But I wouldn't say like your average stream of mine would be like this. So 3 of Pentacles in this book that I bought to do it. 3 of Pentacles represents the signature of contracts or other important paperwork. This means you could be signing a document such as a marriage certificate, employment, mortgage, or divorce papers. There's a delay if it's reversed. So basically the same thing, but it's not going well in one way or another. Let's check the other book just to be sure. The other book I've got actually has the Rider Tarot or Rider Waite Tarot. This is probably my favorite Venom album, but I haven't listened to all of it yet, so. Where the fuck is cannot find it in this book. I probably should have figured this out beforehand, but I kind of needed a second to like sit and chill. The world, wands, 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 cups. And I forget if it's pentacles. I think it's pentagrams for us. Because when it's upside down, it's different. I'll double check before I write in like the things. So 3, it's got a picture of some guys talking. Sculpture at his work in the monastery, which illustrates the 3 Let's see. Apprentice is an amateur. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with the like definition that I learned that it's about. Also, decide I think I'm gonna go with that. Okay. So same situation. I love that. That's my like layer for that. All right. So one head there, right? And he's gonna be like holding it up over his head, and there's the pentagram, and then he's gonna be like rah, all like cool and shit. I mean, people were all pissy that it's like, oh, this is so edgy, and it's like, do you understand? Um, do you understand that this is just how metal is? That it's like kind of edgier than it should be, and I'm not taking it ultra seriously. Like I'm enjoying the music and I'm enjoying the art, but like I don't consider myself like a I don't know, edgelord. They both need to have pentagrams, so that way there are three. Have I tried any other art programs to draw in? Yeah, a few others, but I don't really care for them. Psy works well for me because I don't know, it does. It's a good system. It If you have other preferences, that's totally fine. I mean, and then the banner's going to be down here somewhere, so it doesn't even matter. Got to have that random prayer in there. So metal. All right. Let me zoom in a bit on his face, or where his face is going to be. But it's basically going to be laid out like that. They're all going to be screaming. Is every minor arcana going to be this in depth? Yeah, pretty much. It's going to take forever, but it's going to be worth it, man. So using the new skull I've got, I can actually do screaming skulls easily, you know? So, let's see. It's like this. I haven't tried those. I mean, like, honestly, like, whatever works for you is what's good, you know? I like Psy because, I don't know, the pin pressure stuff is on point. The tools are good. They emulate traditional media, which is appreciated because I kind of grew up and understand traditional media better than I understand, like, digital stuff. So it's sort of like a unnatural thing to move from one to the other. Also, I need to probably turn it down because I feel like I'm yelling. That's probably good enough to get started with. So let's just it also has a stabilizer, which I've got cranked up probably a little bit too high right now, but it's feeling pretty good. I haven't been arting as much as I probably should be recently. I've been doing little. What am I talking about? I haven't arted today, is what I'm talking about. Um, and that might be affecting things, but I feel like this is pretty good. I tried to get a job at a tattoo parlor, but apparently, and I was talking about this on the stream with Mike, so if you guys didn't see the Forest stream I did with Mike, I'm just going to fill you in on what we were talking about. I tried to get a job at a tattoo parlor, and apparently, like, right as summer's ending is, like, prime time for getting a tattoo, because you have to do a lot of skincare stuff, and it's really hard to do that skincare stuff when you, uh, you usually get your tattoos after summer's over, so that way you don't have to worry about the skincare stuff as much. You still have to do it, but it's not as bad as if you do it during the summer, where you basically can't go outside. You don't want to get it to burn. You gotta be careful with it, and it's just easier to like cover up and it not be an issue during the winter. So apparently, right now is the worst time to go and look for a job doing tattoos. Am I planning on making a full deck? Yeah. And I'll probably do a Kickstarter to sell it because that way I can figure out exactly how many people want one before I actually like start printing them, because it looks like it's going to be really expensive to print them all. So I'll make sure they're all done first, then I'll start the Kickstarter for it. Yeah, tattoos are not that hard to take care of, but apparently, according to the guy that I spoke to where I tried to get a job, he liked my stuff, and he said to come back in January where things were. He's also teaching his wife how to do it, and it's like him and his wife are starting up this business, and so it's just like, oh, yeah, I actually just linked a second ago in chat my commission page. So if you want to, I can't obviously give you a tattoo because I don't know where you live and I can't fly there and whatever. But if you want me to draw a tattoo, sure. Someone messaged me saying they wanted to get the drawing of me that's on the Rev Metal shirt. Okay, and then I need to actually draw the pentagram now because otherwise it's gonna be weird. But yeah, if you want me to do a tattoo or whatever, just let me know. It would be good to have that kind of stuff under my belt, actually, because I don't know. I think that would be a fun like thing to do. And honestly, like I'm weird and I want to have a job that's enjoyable for me, like a job that I feel like I'll use, like the talents and skills that I've picked up over years. And what it'd be printed on, probably just paper, standard stuff. I love how like old school rock and roll Venom sounds, because this is when like metal was still relatively new, like 1981 I think is when this album came out. So like it still sounds like kind of classic old rock kind of thing rather than metal. Like the well-defined elements of metal are not quite there. Like these lyrics too. Um Yeah, getting a tablet to do art with is like almost essential. Like doing it with a pencil you can do, it's just hell. So I definitely recommend getting one. The one I've got is the Intuos 3 by Wacom, and I don't think they sell it anymore. The ones that they've made recently have been apparently kind of shit, so I don't know what to recommend. Um, that's a little bit too high. I need to go a little bit lower. I'm using the shift click thing so that way I can I use a laptop to draw, so yeah. Traditional art is great, but it's also a lot more expensive to do traditional art. Because like if I screw up this drawing, I can just start a new layer. But all I've wasted is my time. You know, I haven't wasted any like expensive paint or anything like that. It's part of the reason that I like it is because I can stream it for one thing. This is Paint Tool Psy, and it costs money. Fuck, I cannot draw for shit. I'm trying to get like right where the middle is, and I'm like slightly off every time. The circle may be imperfect, which may be part of it. I mean, if it's not a perfect pentagram, I don't think it's a huge issue. Let me zoom out and see what that looks like. Is that going to be good? I feel like that's going to be pretty good. Yeah, so when I do like the drawings, like the traditional drawings of this kind of stuff, I'm using like a Sharpie, you know? Do I have any of that available that I can show you? Hold on. Put this up for a second while I get up the Tumblr page, just so that way I can show you. Because I've done some stuff that is pretty good recently, and it's not like this. I've gotten 6 messages, so that's a good sign, about doing commissions. So, and then I've got another one on Twitter. Okay, there we go. I gotta readjust the window because I did something weird. Okay, cool. That's okay then. And then we've got where is it? Oh, I can bring it up like this, I think. Can you guys see that, or did that fuck up everything? Okay, there you go. I did this one with a Sharpie. And then I did this one with a Sharpie as well. It's just they're cheap, so if I fuck it up, I can redo it. Which I fucked up that one of the This is a really weird copy of the of this song. It's like a really low-fi version. There are free art programs out there, yeah. I just, considering I want to do this kind of like permanently, like for a living, figure it wouldn't be awful to spend a little bit of money on it. This is one of my favorite songs off this album, actually. Hey, thank you, Limes. We're doing art and listening to metal. To all the 120 of you that just joined. What card are we on? We're on the 3 of Pentacles, or Pentagrams. I'm not sure what it's called. I'm going to have to pull up my reference image of this. Do I have that still? There we go. There it is. I drew a bunch of pentagrams to get ready for this. Okay, so... Oh, no, it's the other side that's chopped off. So it's like that, and then... I'm not going to get it ultra perfect, because it doesn't matter. How are you doing, Limes? Can you see Hootie's message about having, like, a get-together thing? And try and, like, coordinate some stuff? Let's see. And then this one goes that way. Okay. I didn't listen to these versions of them before I ended up setting this up. Do I ever use a line work layer? Yeah, this is the line work layer. This orange here. What colors am I going to use? Pretty much just black and white. Let me show you some that we've already done, because a few of you guys have just here from... oops. Still got my... black layer from that. So we did this one. This is the 2 of Pentacles. Then we've got Ace of Swords, which I need to fix. Ace of Cups, which I probably should fix. Ace of Wands. Ace of Pentagrams, Major Arcana, the Hermit, and the Hangman. I want to do something to the background because I don't feel like it's going to be enough with that. But anyway. Yeah, you will go crazy if you don't have line art layers. Your art is so good. Thank you, man. It's okay if we're a little bit sketchy on the outside because, sort of not what I meant, I suppose. Oh, do I ever actually like? I don't know what you mean actually. If not that. Okay. Sketch layers are essential, yeah. You will go crazy and you will hate yourself. Do it in real life as well. Like all the drawings that I ever post, I've put down a sketch beforehand, and probably in pencil, and then I erase any pencil markings that are visible afterwards. Because you don't need that. I don't need that. Witching Hour. I was trying to remember what song this is. It's good. Yeah. How do you make a straight line of a paint tool? So you click and then you hold shift and then you click somewhere else and it does a straight line. I think that's pretty standard for pretty much every tool. So whatever you're using, that's probably the case. There's probably some other alternative if not. If you're using a Mac for whatever reason, then you might have that same thing. I walk into Skeletal Satan. Yep, it's the 3 of Pentagrams. So it's got to be a little bit, it's got to have a pentagram, and they're all going to have skeletons, pretty much. So. Something like that. And then we can erase it out and make it smoother and all that, but it's fine for now. I think I drew it a different, like, I used a different method to draw. Yeah, it's just a hotkey, yeah. I think what I did last time was yeah. I think I just used the eraser tool. So hold on. Let me do that instead. What card would you say represents you? I don't know them well enough. Well, I play more Tharsis. If people want me to, I mean, not right now, but later, some other time, sure. If people like it, I kind of. How big were the pentagram? They were pretty thick on the. This song is good. And by having the line art layer already done, then we kind of already know that it's gonna work out if we do it that way. What kind of tablet are you using? I'm using the Intuos 3. I'm hoping it does, honestly, Ghost. If you feel like arting, then go art. You don't have to art when I'm arting. Art whatever the fuck you want. Do some arts. So far, I've been jamming with this. How much are you in debt from art school? I'm doing commissions. Would you like to see my commission page? I use Krita because it's free. Okay. I mean, I like this one just because of the tools. Maybe I should have tried Krita before buying, but there's a trial if you want to try this. That's looking pretty good. Let me take out the orange layer real quick. We need to kind of mess that up a little bit and make it a little less clean, but yeah, that looks good. 1,000 Days in Sodom. What a song. I was not aware of it before this stream, but it's pretty classy. I like it. How am I doing today? Have I tried Clip Studio Paint? No, I have not. Sodom is a fairly common theme in these in songs. Sodom and Gomorrah, if you're not aware of this story in the Bible, but basically like this town that is full of sin and did everything against what God told them to do. And then God was like, ain't having any of that. And then blew up the town, basically. This is where we get the term sodomy, if you're not aware. Because they were being all gay or whatever. And other sins, oh no. Things that pissed off, like, 10th century whoever's. Just to be clear, I have no problem with gay people. I think that's a silly story. Well, I don't know. If Sodom was so bad, then Vegas must not be. So maybe I should have something. Was Sodom a good trading town? I mean, I guess. Yeah, I wonder. Like, it was apparently a fairly big town if, like, people were going in and out all the time. I wasn't meant to be a pun, I'm just saying. Sodom is a town that literally traded in sex. Oh. So, not like Vegas where you can actually... Vegas is one of the few cities in America where, like, prostitution is legal. It's, like, weird. It's, like, only partially legal. It's, like, it's a weird, like... They haven't gotten around to writing it out of the law situation. And probably intentionally so. Brothels are legal, yeah. So, I mean, literally Vegas is doing that. Street prostitution is illegal. Yeah, that's it. I mean, this song kind of needs to go somewhere for me to really like it. So maybe we should do, like, the tower as, like, Sodom. I kind of was going to have the... Only, I mean, are you sure about that? Because there was literally a TV show about brothels in Vegas a while ago. In the rest of Vegas, they're not legal in Vegas, but they're legal in the rest of Nevada. All right, let's go back to our orange layer. I'm going to put it on top so that way we can kind of like sketch out where we want the drippy bits. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Shit. What do you want to bet this song's called Angel Dust? Yep. How did I fucking know? That fucking out of nowhere scream. Alrighty. Maybe have another one coming down from up here. I'd like to see some of that commission info. Well, there you go. I'm probably going to be full up on commissions for the next little bit. I don't know, but you're more than welcome to throw down, and we can I will get to them in order that I got them, and if they're reasonable. If they're bullshit, then I'm not doing it. It's just like if someone's like, draw me a dick. It's like explicitly says don't do. I don't do stuff. I can't do porn because PayPal actually has rules against it. Although apparently there's some way to like it for it to be okay. I don't know. If you know anything about how to do that and not get in trouble with PayPal, then maybe we could start talking about that. Though I'm not going to do this style for porn unless if I get really desperate because it's basically Guru at that point. Guru? I forgot what the term is. This is a personal project? Yeah, this is a personal project for me. I'm going to have like a little bit cut out right there. In league with Satan, yes! Alright. So now we want to add a little bit more black down here so we can, yeah, it's okay. If you don't have money, just wait until you do, and then you can commission me then. If that's what you want to do. The PayPal is pretty confusing. A lot of these companies that have a huge market share don't really have to explain any of their shit. This whole deal with YouTube recently, I almost said Twitch. This whole deal with YouTube recently has made me go, you know, I've got a little bit too much writing on YouTube. Maybe I should go back to doing art, especially because I got a degree in it. Any YouTube channels that I'd recommend to learn how to draw? I don't know any, to be honest. There used to be this really good website I used to go to when I was drawing anime a lot, and it was good, but I need to make that a little bit sharper. I love this song. It's so good. Yeah, YouTube's really not Yeah, they're really not doing anything different. They're basically just policing it based on titles and tags and stuff like that. They probably go into the description as well. Not a lot actually needs to be done in order to get some of these up here, but it's still, you know, it's scary whenever you hear news like that. So I figured I will start, you know, doing more art and then maybe do that, maybe do some I forget what it's called. Yeah, I have a feeling that something happened. Like they're trying to probably get those gone sexual channels to go down, less than actually go after people like me and the rest of the Vinesauce crew. But it pays to be like, you know, a little bit cautious with YouTube because they just do shit. Part of the reason that I said that Baby Hazel is a hell beast on like Facebook and stuff was because I wanted to see whether or not like they had their tendrils out all the way that far, or if it was just like there. Also, I should say, if you guys listen to metal, aside from the stuff that I play for you, and you know good bands, tell me like their best like album, and I'll add it to this list. If you're on After Hours, just put it in the comments. If you see someone who says some band that you think is good, don't just repost it again. Like that comment, so that way it gets more exposure, and I'll add it to the list for sure. And if you're here live, then tweet at me. Their best album though, the one that they're known for. I don't want to listen to metalcore. I don't want to listen to new metal. So if they have someone doing rap, or if it's like Five Finger Death Punch, no, not interested. Screaming. Just because. Painkiller is good. Yeah, I need to add Judas Priest to the list. I don't think there's any Judas Priest on that first list. See, that's the thing. I'm forgetting about a lot of bands that I like listening to, and it's like, I could fill out that list if I remembered that shit. So I'm gonna listen to some stuff, and then we'll I don't know. Well, if it's not good metal, in my opinion, that's fine. I'll listen to it. And can I play a terrible MIDI? No, not really. No real reason to. This fucking song. Did I bother to like outline where the stuff was on this one or no? How do I feel about Avatar? Is that a metal band that I'm not aware of? So this one I didn't. Let me see what it looks like when it's all done. I kind of think it looks more crisp and nice with like an outline around it. Riot is all right. I'm not hugely into them though. Just one of those bands that like everyone loves, but I don't. You went to go see Black Sabbath. Wow. How are they? Are they still good? And is Ozzy performing with them when they do Black Sabbath, or is it like, I mean, who would that be? Who's their lead singer now, if not Ozzy? Because like everyone else is dead, right? I'm gonna keep the same style with all of them, yeah. I think it looks better with like the drippy bits outlined, don't you? How do I stop my hands from shaking like a crack addict? Drink less coffee or Cokes or whatever your energy drink of choice is. And if not, then you can use the stabilizer to basically make up for the fact that you are shaky like me. Play Sin or Sin or Will Riot. No. I'll get around to it. Bullet for My Valentine. No, dude. Nah, dude. Nah. Yeah, this stabilizer up here. The higher you set it, the less shaky you can be. You can do like this. Like I'm just going all over the place. And then I can do the same thing with no stabilizer on, and it's like there's less of a drag behind my thing, but you notice that the lines, I don't know. It'd probably be better if I draw like a circle. So there's just like me trying to draw a quick circle, and then we turn on the stabilizer to like 13, I think we add it. That's the difference between having the stabilizer on or off. Iron Maiden and Megadeth, yeah. Symphony X is not bad. I feel like a lot of like nerdy people get into like power metal first, and then they start getting into like other stuff. like power metal and symphonic metal, because a lot of this stuff that like people do, like they do like a cover or whatever. Blackstone Cherry isn't metal, but they're good. I like them. Like Mary Jane is good. Um, I should probably sketch out what this is gonna go. Yeah, you can change the stabilizer for each drawing tool, so you can change it for that end. Blind Guardian. I haven't listened to enough of their stuff, so they're actually on this list precisely so that way I can listen to more of it. I know Yol is a huge fan, so I'm like, all right, I ought to listen to it some. Everyone likes them, and they're on the soundtrack for this game. That looks pretty cool. That I didn't get just because it doesn't look like it'll be a very good stream, and I'd have to do what I'm doing right now, and I feel like so much. Okay, and we're moving on to Skuska, whatever. This is a weird one. This is a really weird album because it's folk black metal. I think the only song that I've really listened to off of it was more folk metal than it was black metal. So I'm kind of interested to listen to the rest of this album just to see. The game is called something like Death Goat. It looks like it's got a fairly decent soundtrack, and that's where that song from Bloodshot Dawn that's right at the start of it's all in Norwegian, by the way. So I don't know what the fuck they're saying. I think the first song off of this is actually not a song, it's just like this. Have you ever heard the metal cover of the Teddy Bear Picnic? What the fuck, actually? No. But, I'm kinda feeling what you're saying there, dog. Aside from the, Ramstein comment, I'm not a huge fan of Ramstein anymore. They try too hard to be, shock value kind of stuff. Most of the metal now is kind of shit, honestly. I really do like whatchamacallit, Ghost I think is the best metal band to come out in years. Like new metal, like actually a new band, not new metal as in you metal. Just like a new band to come out. um we're gonna save real quick because I don't remember the last time we did. I might pause after this song is over. This is one thing that's going to be a little bit weird is all right, I'm going to pause at 2:20. What do you think the most boring thing ever? What do you think is the most boring thing ever? Let me have a think about that. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I drank a bunch of caffeine before I went live and it's starting to hit my bloodstream. So, I'm going to go pee and I will be right back. So, give me a minute. How about 2 minutes? Where the fuck is... I can get rid of this and this. And there it is. Give me like a minute and a half. I'll be right back. 1 sec. And I'm back. Hello. I need to make sure that I edit out the pissing in the background because, yeah, I am recording the audio on a different thing. But what that means is that if I don't edit it out, you'll hear me peeing, which is weird. Give me half a second to go ahead and get everything back up the way it was. Properties. I'm interested in this album just because of how fucking weird it is, and I forget how I found it in the first place. Sure, if I went over my Twitter logs, I could find it. But it's a weird one, man. It's a very weird one. There it is. I'm gonna reselect that window just a bit. Okay, maybe just bring it down like that. Okay, cool. Could probably have that better done, but whatever. And there's no real quick way of doing this as far as I'm aware, like keeping the screen region the way I want it to be. So it just kind of has to be that way. Can you answer the most boring thing ever question? So here's a story. Tilda has this design class, right? And so she's learning some of the stuff that I had to more or less to get my art. Oh, I need to hit play, don't I? Hold on. 3, 2, 1, go. So she had to watch this movie, right? And this is leading up to your question. The movie is called Helvetica. It is about the font Helvetica. You've probably seen it, and I believe Twitch chat uses it. I'm not a terribly great design person, which is part of the reason I'm doing commissions, is because I don't know if design is really what I want to do with my life. It's also just like a good designer, you never think about the design. You know, you just go, wow, that's a cool design, maybe, but you don't think about the artist. You always think about it as the organization that's put it together and paid for it. But anyway, back to Helvetica. Had the movie been 15 to 30 minutes long, they probably could have gotten through all the information they got through. But apparently, the movie was about an hour and a half. Which sounds like the most boring shit ever. And, I love her a lot, but I couldn't be there for her for that. That movie looks like total shit. So, more boring thing ever. A movie entirely about the font Helvetica is pretty fucking high up there. Hour and a half. What is this song? It's off of this album down here in the bottom left. I will check for you. It was the 200th anniversary of the Norwegian Constitution. The song is called SKUGGSJA with a thing on it. It's the same. It's the title track of the album. It had some interesting stuff, but I don't think I could watch a full 2 hours of it. Someone at one point, one of the designers who liked it, described it as sort of like the off-white paint of the art world or of the font world. It's not really. It doesn't stand out, but it's well designed. It's good for what it's used for. Looking professional and like you got your shit together. An accent marker, yeah. And the reason I'm not using the paint bucket here is because I'm dumb, and also because I'm a little bit worried that there might be holes. I guess I could try it and see what happens. Let's get rid of this for half a second, see what it looks like. Okay, yeah, we can go with that. We could do that. From what I've heard of this album, it's pretty good. The movie's on YouTube? I think so. And font is serious business, man. Like, people, yeah, this is a good band. And I think they just did this song. Or just did this album. Folk metal is pretty cool. And I like my black metal mixed in with a little bit of something else for it to be good. Like black speed metal is good. What do I really think about Sodom? I haven't listened to enough of their stuff. I like this song so far. All right, I'll fill in the rest of this once I get around to that. But I think that's good for now. The top part was good. Ivar Bjornsson. There you go. It's two bands, a combination of traditional folk band called Ward Runna and a metal band called Enslaved. Oh, is this fucking Enslaved? Really? Okay. Holy shit. I will check that out. Tweet these bands and stuff at me because I'm dumb and forgetful, and so if you suggest something, I will go, that sounds cool, and then immediately forget what you're talking about. I wish I knew enough Norwegian to like, or any Norwegian, I should say. Um, all right, I need to bust out the skull so I can kind of. I think his mouth should be like slightly open, and I think it's probably just cause I've gotten this. Oh, this was on Spotify. That's what it was. I heard one of the songs on Spotify, and I was like, "Holy shit!" and had to get the rest of it. I'm holding a skull with one hand, so I have to like take my finger off the. Have I listened to Nevermore? That sounds like a symphonic gothy sort of thing. I haven't, but if I had to guess what that was, sounds like Nightwish or something, which I used to listen to. I'll admit it. Not a bad band, but just not as good as everyone likes to think they are. Just kind of middling. She tries a little bit too hard. Um, hey Mo, get out of here! Don't be rubbing up against my leg while I'm trying to draw a straight line. Thank you. Sorry. Come here. I'm sorry. She's mad at me now. It's progressive thrash metal. I think I'm not gonna trust this skull's. I forgot what this bridge is called. I'm gonna do it the way the other skull has it, but it's something like this. And then you've got this bit here. The size of this area, by the way, changes if you're a guy or a gal. Tilda is home. She's just sleeping in the other room, or at least trying to take a nap, which I'm probably not helping by shouting over metal. Oops. Don't know how I feel about this song. I kind of want it to go somewhere. Don't forget the cheek. Yeah, there's a little bit of a cheek right here. I just haven't developed the nose enough to really make it. And I forget if it's like bigger or smaller if it's female. When you see like an anatomical skeleton in a classroom that's molded or cast from the same skeleton. I forgot what her name is, but it's this one woman. It's not a bad song. It just needs to go somewhere to keep me engaged. Like I probably won't pick this song out of a, whatever to add it to my list here. Why not use the bucket tool? Some of this I can't really use the bucket on, but I will. I'm just sketching out the area where the stuff shouldn't be black, and then I'll, it's bigger if male, that sounds right. But, as with all things, it's just the physical, It doesn't matter if, like, you've got a small one, but you happen to be a dude or whatever. I might check out the folk metal band that's attached to this as well. I didn't realize it was like two different bands, but this is a bit silly. Black metal I generally find to be a bit silly, to be honest. It takes itself a little bit too seriously, with the exception of like Venom, which did not take itself seriously at all. All the other ones I listen to are usually a mix, but this is a bit silly. That black metal. I need to shrink that down as well. When you tried it with the should I change to digital media if I do traditional art? I think this is a good program to use if you're doing traditional art more often. For me, the reason I'm using digital media for this is because it's easier to stream. I don't have to have the huge setup, which means that I'll more likely be to stream it. The setup is just the same as any game, really. It also emulates traditional media pretty damn well. So if you like traditional media, Psy is a good program for you. These lines need to be thicker. I might give him like vampire fangs. I don't know if I like this song, to be honest. I think it's a bit silly, and it's really hard to take his growl seriously. But I'll listen to the rest of the album all the same, because I do love that one song so much, and that song right before this one was really good. You don't got the Muns? Well, there's a trial version of it that you can get. Someone was suggesting Kryda, which apparently is pretty good. And you can always get a coupon on some place like I don't know, Pirate Bay. I bought this just because it is a business expense for me. I can say, and then laugh about buying art supplies, and then laugh about how my bank account is empty because I bought too many art supplies. That's a little bit too realistic. We're gonna have to back down on that a bit. Part of this style is not totally You heard Attic and Portrait? Yes, I did. I listened to both Attic and Portrait. They sound like they're trying to be King Diamond a little bit too much and not their own thing. And I think that's my main problem with them. I need to make this look a little less real. Bring out the bagpipes. Wouldn't be fucking folk metal if you didn't have some bagpipes randomly in it. Let's give him some eyes. Not quite like that. Maybe like this. I think this is the same song, isn't it? Holy shit, this song's... What tablet do I use? The Intuos 3. I should have that just like in the channel description or something. Because I get that a lot. Also, what program is this? And this is Psy. I mean, that's the thing, is good, when you say such and such is a good band, art is subjective. This is art, technically. Both what we're doing and the music we're listening to. Say what you want about metal. It is technically art. You know? And art is subjective. I pointed this out on Tumblr. Someone goes, would you rather have a drawing, you know, which do you prefer? High quality art or stuff that has mass appeal? And it's like, they are literally the same thing. There's no difference between high quality art and... I mean, I guess there is some art that is, like, technically well, like, done. But it's just like, I don't know. So, you saying such and such band is good. Yes. To you it is. I've never listened to them, so I don't know. But... Hey, dude. I'm gonna have to, like, metal these guys up a little bit. Because this is, like, a little bit too real. Like, I need to back down from the realism a bit here. But let's get the rest of it drawn, and then I can maybe do that. I was drawing the skull I had a little bit too closely, and give them horns. Yeah, I might just bust out some horns on them and draw some dripping flesh and stuff. Can you be too real in metal art? For this specific style, I believe you can. I don't think... maybe have, like, his spine exposed. That way it's, like... Pow, 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 all around on his back, and he's, like, all, like, fucked up because his spine is all fucked. Yeah. That might make it a little bit better. We're going to draw down this low even if, like, we end up covering it up, because I don't know exactly where the title for it's going to be. It's going to be somewhere down here, but I don't know precisely, so I'm just going to draw it out and we'll figure it out. Sawblade's spine. Who's this album cover for? This is not for anyone. This is just for me. I'm doing tarot cards. And I think his arm needs to go down more, because otherwise his arm will be weird and short. It's good. No worries, dude. A lot of people don't know what exactly we're doing here, so I guess I should say it again every single time that I stream, because I'm kind of just assuming that everyone has seen the other streams of this, but I don't think that's a good assumption to make, because some people weren't here last time or were here last time. We're doing heavy metal tarot, or just metal tarot, I should say. It's more of a gore grind sort of metal, where I'm doing it in this very specific style, and we're doing all of the 78 cards in tarot. This is basically the equivalent of the 3 of diamonds in a deck of normal playing cards, and we're just going to keep going through all of them until we've done all of them. Some of the music got copyrighted on the list, really? It should be all cut out so you can't hear it, but if the list got fucked up, that's a different thing entirely. I'm hoping that just by having the names of the songs appearing down at the bottom, if the list is incomplete for whatever reason, you can go and find whatever song's missing. Like if it gets taken down by, Metal Blade or whoever, you can go find it. I think most of them opt to just monetize instead, which is cool. How long did it take to create your own style? There's no such thing in style, I honestly feel. If you're worried about like having your own unique style, stop and just go and find stuff that you enjoy doing, like artists that you enjoy. Copy them, figure out how to do what they do, and take the bits that you like of what they're doing and add it to yourself. I pointed this out, like, are these going to be available for purchase? Yes. So I don't think style is a thing. Here, I'm going to link this again. If you look on there, where it says simple graphic design, like I did all of those drawings. I don't think style is a thing. I think you just draw, and there's certain things that call to you, and there's certain things that don't. Drawing from something, like pun aside, is a good idea. Like learning based on like stuff you've seen that's good. Because there's stuff that appeals to me, there's a lot of artists that I like, but I don't know as if I'd want to do that. Trying to think of some people. I like Hopper, but I do kind of draw some stuff like him or paint some stuff like him every now and then, or try to anyway. I don't think anyone's as good as him. Who's Surratt, I believe I like as well. I forget who all. And you just take what you like from them, and you evolve that. You make that better. You're not stealing their style. You're making your own style based on that. A lot of this stream is sort of based on, and I forget the guy's name, but he did a lot of the art for a lot of different metal bands. So if you figure it out, let me know. I know he did the art for Death Clock and stuff like their tour posters. I think there's one called Artosis that he did as well. Consistency comes with practice. If your drawings aren't consistent, I mean, mine aren't either. If you look, I think it's the second one of this series of drawings that I did. The title for it on After Hours is like, I can't draw today. And it's just, there are days where you just can't draw, but the trick is the more you draw, the less that matters. Because you have that just consistency of drawing a lot that, 20% of your drawings look like shit or whatever, whatever it happens to be, if it's more than 20% for you, it's fine. Don't worry about it. But like 20% of your drawings look like shit. That's fine. But if you've drawn like 100 drawings versus 1,000 drawings, 20, versus 200 are shit. But that still means that you have 800 drawings that are good. So it looks like, and then you just have that to show to the world, Yeah, trust your instincts. Like, figure out what you like and then go with that, That's how stuff like, styles that we talk about, like Art Nouveau, came apart. Like, people saw stuff and they're like, holy shit, I love that. But it would be cool if it was different in this way. And slowly but surely, art styles appear. Any quirky art professor stories? No, I don't know if I've got any, and I'm just thinking to myself, some of those guys I'd like to have as references. There's one story I can tell. My painting teacher, who is amazing, my painting one teacher, who liked me, which is good. A couple of the girls in chat, or a couple of the girls in class, were getting a little bit chatty. I'm gonna actually bring this black out a little bit farther so that way we can. And she was like, "Why don't we play the quiet game? Let's just stop talking for a bit." And these are all adults, so they should know how to do art without talking constantly. But then they started talking about how hard it was to not talk, and I pointed that out, and they didn't get the joke, but my teacher started laughing enough where she had to leave the room. You're talking about how hard it is to not talk. And they didn't get how that was, like, ironic or funny. They're just like, yeah, I know, it is really hard not to talk. It's hard to not to talk, isn't it? I had this design teacher. And I'm not a design guy, but he would always talk about, like, he would use, like, really trendy new words for, like, design and stuff. So he'd be like, what's your vector? What's your delta? And I'm like, what are you talking about? What's your delta, man? And he means change over time. But it was really weird because he would pull stuff like that, and it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Is this going on YouTube? Yeah. The other ones that I've done should be on YouTube. I think all but one. No, actually I'm recording a separate audio right now for my voice. That way we don't have to worry about the music getting copyright striked. So, if you're listening on After Hours, you can listen to exactly what I'm listening to by going to the playlist that I've set up in advance, which is why I don't take song requests right now. The students who take art as a blow-off are funny, because when they take a class and they're like, holy shit, I have to do, yeah, you don't have to buy a book, but if I've got to do, like, 30 hours outside of class in order to actually pass this class, man, this is hard. It's like, yes, it is. You're fine, DJ Replica. It's okay. This only came apart or about because I realized this could be a thing. Partly because of the Frozen Flash games, honestly. I mean, the difficulty of an art class very much depends on your teacher and how seriously they're going to do it. Actually, I'm going to go over to the orange. I'm going to make another layer just for this. And I'm going to trace over this. Oops. Because I want this to be the same size. It'll look weird. If the one up above is not the same, I point it up like you guys can fucking see me. And then we can just move this over here, and then we can click back to this layer and then make this slightly invisible. And then just pull this number here. What happened? Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. That's what happened. Let's not recreate the wheel if we don't have to. But anyway, this design teacher, he would say weird stuff like that, but he would also do stuff like where he always had some sort of snack, like peanuts or pretzels or something, and he would pop up behind you, and he'd be just eating them, and he was silent as hell. He was a fucking ninja. He would just appear behind you eating pretzels, and he'd be like, what you doing? Where's this going? What's your vector? What's your delta? And it's just like, holy fuck, dude, where did you come from? And this would be like in completely unrelated classes that he wasn't the teacher of. He would just appear and be behind you, being like, what's your delta? It's like, holy shit. His titties aren't that far down, honestly. Like, it's closer to where his balls would be. Not much. What's up, Nicholas? I think I made this pentagram too big. I'm gonna back up. This star is a little bit too thick. But it's okay, because we can easily just back off on it. I think it's like closer to this. I'm gonna use the mouse for this, that way we can see. I think that's better. I think I'm erasing the right layer. I may not be. That looks a little bit better. That's pretty close. This is not going to be the devil. No, this is going to be the Three of Pentacles. This entire deck is going to look like Major Arcana. And I'm not entirely sure how to, like, make the Major Arcana look more impressive and, like, more whatever. What am I doing? This is tarot. We're doing tarot cards. This is the Three of Pentacles. We've done a few other ones. Skeleton blowjob, and he's just like, oh yeah, skeleton blowjob, skeleton blowjob, skeleton blowjob. What am I doing with my life? The pentagrams are not titties. Titties are not located. Have you ever seen a girl? Oops. Oops, 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 oops. And then it goes, is anyone else not really into this song? Because I ain't. I'm really not. A lot of these songs I'm kind of not into. Like, the second song on this track, or this album, was pretty good. But since that, it's just been like, eh. Yeah, no worries. Most people kind of just assume that I'm going to do the Major Arcana, but so many people have requested that I do, like, this is an actual physical thing you can buy that, I'm going to have to get it situated so I can. So that means I have to do all 78 cards. It's like, where are you going? Like, what is this song? What are you doing? What the fuck is this? I like the top pentagram. I'm trying to do, like, at least a couple minor arcana every stream and then one major arcana. Up until we get done. Get warmed up with some minor arcana. That way all the major arcana looks good. Oops. Have I played the mobile RPG by Iron Maiden? No. I've seen it. I've heard about it, but I haven't played it. I think it's like Mobile Strike or whatever. It's not actually Mobile Strike, but it's like similar gameplay style. Now to complete the pentagram, put a winky face on it. Hold on. All right. We'll go like, there you go. Winky face on your pentagram. Wink. This is the song that got me to listen to this album in the first place, so I know this song is good. It's kind of like Star Wars Heroes of the Galaxy. Okay. There's a Dawn of War, Warhammer 40k game for the iPhone that was pretty good up until the point that you had to start paying in order to progress. I like this song. What's the name of this song? Just so I know, so I can tell you guys in chat. Curvandi. There you go. Good song. Yeah, it's stressful getting a degree, dude. It's stressful going through college, especially with the way school and everything is now. It's so much more work. That's the wrong way. It needs to go this way. And I didn't do it on this side. This is the Forest song? I could not tell you, dude. I have no idea what you're talking about, to be honest. I don't speak enough Norwegian to have any idea what the fuck is going on in this song. I just think it's pretty. All right. So we need to add some like draping bits. I'm a little bit. All right, I'm gonna erase this layer and then I'm gonna add another layer on top of it, just because that's how I fucking work. You've been just trying to get out there doing video editing and stuff. I'm kind of tempted to have one that like connects these guys, because that way it's like, oh, they're all working together to make pentagrams, which is sort of what this card is about. They're working together anyway. I might want to use a different color because it's a little bit getting mixed up in the wash, which layer is which. Heard in context with the rest of this album, it almost seems like it's just as slow and dredging as the rest of them, but it feels like this song really does what this album was trying to do the best. Nicholas, when did you go to a Slipknot Marilyn Manson concert? Because my brother actually went to a Marilyn Manson Slipknot concert in Austin, I think, or at least somewhere here in Texas, fairly recently. So you might have been in the same audience as my brother and his girlfriend. They all, my brother and his girlfriend and Tilda and I and my brother's girlfriend's sister or brother's girlfriend's kid all went and hung out with my parents, I guess yesterday. In Arizona, yeah. I'm not a huge like into either of those guys. I like Manson as a person, like Marilyn Manson, not Manson the killer. That dude just fucked up. But Marilyn Manson, like, just because he dresses weird, everyone kind of like treats him like a crazy person. But some of the stuff that he said about Columbine, I'm like, holy shit, man. He's smarter than he looks. That's for sure. Also, Bomb 1A, 8 months of subscription. Thank you for supporting me. You're awesome. As are any of you who subscribe and any of you who watch my stuff. Thank you for that. But thank you specifically right now, Bomb 1A. What do you say about Columbine? That, you know, the school ignored what they were doing. Like, they ignored the kids, and they obviously needed help, and they should have been doing something for the kids. And, you know, we're acting like this is a tragedy that could never have happened, and it was something that they knew about, and they could have done something for those kids. They could have treated those kids better. They could have done something for them, but instead they just marginalized and ignored them. Something along those lines, and I'm like, that's some fucking real talk. Because you only do that kind of stuff when you feel like it's the only outlet, the only way you can get out of a situation, you know? And for a guy who, I don't know if you've checked out any of Marilyn Manson's videos, but yeah. I mean, any mass shooting like that is possibly preventable. I mean, it's a little bit over dramatic to say all of them are. Some people just, there's nothing that can be done for them. But those kids were getting bullied on a fairly regular occasion. And I'm not apologizing for their behavior by any degree, but bullying's a real thing, man. And if bringing a gun to school is the only way that you think you can get out of it, reconsider, please. But with people getting bullied all the time, I don't know. It's so easy to blame metal. It's so easy to blame the music or video games or whatever. They blame music and stuff like that. And I think Doom for Columbine. And it's like, really? We're blaming them and not the school for not taking care of the kids and all that? I'm not saying that they could have prevented it. I'm saying, like, I don't know. Yeah, they fucked up. I know I'm dredging up the past, and I know it maybe isn't the best, but yeah, studies show shit. Like, studies show that you're more likely to commit that kind of crime if you see that it's treated with a certain level of, like, respect in the media. Honestly, more likely, the reason you're likely to do something like that is because you saw someone do it, like Columbine, or you saw the Virginia Tech guy, or the guy at UT, or any of these guys who have gone up and shot up a school, and you were like, no one cared about me in life, I'm going to go out with a bang, and that's the logic that these people have. They're at such a point in their life that this is the only way they can get out. This is the only way that they can see being happy. And that's so fucked up, So, the media is more responsible than any fucking video game, any band. Even a band directly tells you to go shoot up your school. They're less responsible, studies show, than the media. Because people get into that mindset, man. That's good to hear, Okami. I'm sorry to hear that happened to you, but I'm happy to hear that he's getting help. And it's not just a mental health thing. People go, oh, well, he must have been crazy to, like, try and shoot up a school. Really? You have to be crazy to be ostracized? Like, you have to have some, like, mental imbalance to be, people do messed up stuff when they are perfectly healthy mentally, technically speaking. And saying that, oh, it's the mentally ill doing it, that just ostracizes the mentally ill. That doesn't do fucking shit to help the situation. That makes it worse. He wasn't crazy. He just was an awful person. That happens. Awful people do things. Sometimes, people that have mental imbalances of this way or that way do stuff, but no, it's fucking... If you think your only way to solve your situation is to shoot someplace up, you're in a bad spot. And I think it's messed up to say that, oh, it's whatever. I'm sorry, that's a pet peeve of mine. It's not video games' fault. It's not, mentally ill people's fault. It's not metal's fault. It's not, whatever. It's we got problems, and people have problems, and they solve interpersonal problems in bad ways. You know, you don't have to have like schizophrenia. You don't have to be, bipolar in order to do something like that. You could be a guy who has no mental illness history, has nothing wrong with them aside from just having a bad day and a gun. Because studies show, again, that you're more likely to use a gun if you have access to one, you know? I don't know. Sorry, I got off on a rant there, and I don't know. I try and not get off on rants anymore. It pisses people off. They write mean things about me on the internet if I do, but it's an it's not an explanation though. It's an excuse because it doesn't actually explain what's happening. The art's looking great. Thank you. I mean, yeah, I know it's not exactly like the most mind-boggling thing in the world, but like if you're in a situation where someone is, treating you poorly, you may just walk away. Or if you have a gun, you're more likely to use it than not. Or you would be more likely to pull a gun in that situation than go back home or go buy a gun, come back, and then, deal with that situation again, They're crimes of impulse in a lot of cases with guns. So it's good not to have that kind of, I don't know. I'm not anti-gun. I'm not a gun, whatever activist or whatever. I'm just saying like this is what science shows, that if you have a gun, you're going to use it at some point or another, even if it's just, target practice. It doesn't have to be anything malicious. You have a gun, so you use it. I'm not sure about that bit right there. I don't know. Do I have a gun? I like to keep that kind of information private just because you stream long enough, you do enough stuff on the internet, and you get popular enough, and um, people start acting crazy, you could say. And I'm just talking about how people ostracize the mentally ill, and then I use the term crazy. Here I am being an asshole. Um, I don't know. So I'm just gonna not say, because there are people who, just like I said, if you do stuff long enough on the internet, there are people who will want to do you harm for no reason other than they feel slighted by you. And so I'm not the most politically correct person in the world, just saying. But of all the times to be, using the term crazy like that, I probably shouldn't use it there, Can't be like, you shouldn't marginalize, people with mental, illness and then do so immediately afterwards. I don't know. Bad habit. So, don't know if that answered your question or not, but well, that's another myth. Bullies don't usually have a deficit. That's a myth told in, um, like movies and stuff. There's actually no evidence to show that. Bullies are just assholes at times. There are sometimes that it's because they have some deficit, but sometimes they're just assholes. Can we move on to a happier topic? We should. I'm sorry. Um, What's something else we can talk about? Oh, but anyway, back to Marilyn Manson and Korn and or not Korn, Slipknot, whatever. Brother and his girlfriend went to go see him, and apparently they put on a good show. So cool. Um, um, I'm not a fan either. I used to listen to some stuff like that, but it's not really my thing anymore. Let me get rid of the orange layer real quick just so you can see how that looks. Does that look tacky? Maybe there should be like a hole in it. I don't know. Today is Labor Day and you planted a tree. You're happy. Thank you for planting a tree. That is good of you. I don't know why I felt like I needed to thank you for that, but I mean, honestly, it'd probably be better if the entire Earth was covered in trees, excluding the bits that we're using for building. What about Tool? I used to listen to them a lot. They're not a bad band. They're not the next coming of God, but they're an alright prog metal band. They are essentially just King Crimson but metal, They're not a bad band. Has anyone seen Bat Metal on YouTube? I kind of don't like it because it keeps showing up in my suggestions because I listen to Death Clock or whatever, and it's like, please go away. So overall, I think we're almost the end of this album, and excluding the one song I like from it and that second song, didn't really care for it. I liked the one song I liked because it was so well fleshed out. Yeah, there's an entire genre of pirate metal, dude. Ailstorm and Running Wild, if you want to go listen to some good stuff. Should probably put Ailstorm on this list just to introduce you to them. I think most people here have probably listened to a little bit of Ailstorm. I'll come back and black it out if I want a hole in it. How do you even get known on the internet as an artist? More than 5 followers. 5 turns into more. Just, you gotta, I mean, it's like anything on the internet. You just gotta keep pushing it. Unfortunately, a lot of the systems are based around making sure you're seeing what everyone else thinks is good rather than, curating in new up-and-coming people. So just keep at it. I mean, Vinesauce started off with the stream with 1 viewer. I started off as someone who streamed to about 10 at most. Is this vectorized? No. And that's probably not good, but I couldn't draw a vector art style of this. I don't think it's vector makes that viewer was Jen, yes. I'm sorry I can't tell you there's some quick and easy way of getting that infamy and getting that way. You basically just have to suffer through the shitty parts of it, and eventually someone who knows or has seen your stuff, who does have that respect of other people, will see your stuff and reblog it, and you can go from there. Yeah, I've never drawn a lot of fan art, but I do hear that if you draw fan art, the fans you will get are people who like that stuff, that community, and you get stuck. Yeah, I'm not totally sure if I'm down with this. I mean, people are weird in that they'll go and look at something based on the number of views it has. And that's true. If your thing has 200 or 2,000 or 2 million viewers or subscribers or whatever, it means more than 2. And there's no way to get out of that. Unfortunately, like, people like a brand. They like something that's trusted already before they can actually experiment. There's some really interesting psychology about the who picks up on new things and when. And the people who are at the front of that curve are the innovators, and the behind them are the people who, are the adapters, and then after that is the everyman, and then there are the slow to adopt people. And eventually it works out that everyone sees the thing. But getting those, obviously you're the innovator in this situation, but after that it's like, I forget what the name of that thing is. Yeah, I want to use the example of Journal McBadass right now, if that's all right. I like his content. He does mostly. He's well known for Payday 2 specifically. He's so well known in that community that the developers actually put a little nod to him in something. We're on the Three of Pentacles, and that game stopped getting updates. And it stopped working out for him, and he stopped wanting to play it. But the community is still there, and it still wants him to do that. And he's just like, guys, I don't want to play this game anymore unless if there's something new and interesting about it. And people got mad. It's like, well, he has every right to decide that he doesn't want to do a thing anymore. But this is the problem with getting stuck in with one thing. So be wary. You either end up like that, or you end up like, the Yogscast or something like that, where you're known for one game, but you're allowed to, the community allows you, as if, that's the way it works. It kind of does, actually, to move on and do other things. And then he loses some subs from that. That, I guess that's how it works with doing fan art, Like, if you're known just to one community, then... But it's a good way of getting people started, but maybe do a little bit of fan art and do a little bit of other stuff at the same time. The Yogscast, they do all right. They do all right for themselves, And they've been able to transition away from just Minecraft, They're still around, yeah. But they were able to do that, and looking into that is maybe a good path to figuring out some stuff. What did they do that Journal McBadass hasn't done yet to get away from just doing one game? Everyone has something to teach, even if you don't like them, it doesn't matter. I believe, there's something to be learned from everyone and everything to some degree. You're going to fuck up, and sometimes the lesson is you fucked up. Sometimes there's nothing more to it than that, but, it's worth paying attention to, even people that you don't care too much for. Learn what they did right and what they did wrong, and go from there, You can save yourself having to do a lot of, Why is Rev noticing me? Because I'm trying to notice all of chat. I think there are right and wrong answers in science, actually. I think that's science and math. There are specifically correct answers. We just may or may not know them yet. Am I wrong? That seems like one of the specific regions where there is a correct answer. With art, there's not, necessarily correct answers. They're answers that work. So that was that album. I liked the song that I knew it for, and then the second song. Next up is Fatal Portrait. I've only listened to the Candle from this album. Oh, you're either 100% right or wrong. Yeah, you're one way or the other. There are no guarantees. I noticed that Pyrocynical came up a lot in the people who like my stuff on that meme that was going around a while ago. favorite YouTubers. I tried to like switch it up so it wasn't just like 8 different King Diamond things back to back. I shuffled it a bit more than I did with the This is the first song he plays when he plays live. I said it every other time, and he sang like a fucking fallen angel. It was so amazing, and it was wonderful. It's one of the, like, when he came out with that little orchestra hit there, it was like seeing, I don't know, Satan. It was just like this spiritual experience. It was great. He puts on a good show. Maybe a little campy for some people, but if you like King Diamond, then you'll accept it, you know? What card is this? This is the Three of Pentacles. We've been stuck on it for a little bit longer than I probably should have been. This is the first album that he did after he left Merciful Fate. Or after Merciful Fate got disbanded. Is Kraken still around? I have no idea. I never watched his stuff, to be honest. I try to watch most of the big name guys just so I know who they are when someone goes, have you seen so-and-so? It's like, yeah. Didn't really care for his stuff, or, you know, liked his stuff. You know, wasn't my demographic, whatever the answer is. But Kraken is one of the ones that I haven't watched. Oh, that's pretty good, like there. I think I'm going to have this one with his mouth shut, as opposed to the other one where his mouth is open. Oh yeah, that's where I know the name Kraken. He did something with Vinny a while ago. I knew that name somewhere. I don't know. YouTube politics are way beyond me, man. Thank God, like, I don't have the eye of, like, someone like Keemstar or whatever where I say how I did such and such that I didn't do and then I have to defend myself. I hate that kind of stuff. That was another one that came up a lot, and I'm like, Keemstar? That's someone you watch as well? Jacksepticeye. Yeah, that's another one of the ones that came up a lot in the favorite YouTubers. It's generally Jacksepticeye, and there's a little bit of Keemstar and a little bit of like Critical, all the Vinesauce guys, obviously. I don't see why Critical would get shit. Honestly, he's a fucking sweetheart. He's a good guy. Do I watch Ashens? Nah. I don't watch many YouTubers, honestly. A lot of people say that Markiplier tries too hard. I like him because he's a lot more positive than I think a lot of the, you know, he doesn't have the rape jokes that like someone like PewDiePie has. So I'm, you know, I don't watch his stuff, but you know, I respect him. I can respect him more than some of the other guys that are ultra famous. A lot of people like to, you know, oh, he's a sellout because he's famous. I had this conversation, I think, yesterday. I'm not going to get into it again. Or Saturday, whatever. I don't know who Croatic is. I've never even heard that name. Hey, y'all. I figured eventually you'd drop by one of these. I can link you the playlist that we're using for this if you'd like. We're doing full albums right now because after figuring out about 100 songs for this, I kind of ran out of songs that I really, really liked. Um, Actually, if you just go to my YouTube, you can find it. I've got this in my thing right now. I think you'll be happy with the list that I've got. There's Skeleton Witch on it. Blind Guardian is on this list. It's not on the other list. Who else is on there that you like? Toxic Holocaust, obviously. Um, Trying to stay away from just like the more entry level stuff, just for the sake of low key. Please play some. I don't like baby metal. Like whatever, they're cute doing what they're doing, but I don't care for it. That's pretty good right there. I like that. I like that shit right there. I'm gonna zoom in on that shit and talk about how much I like it. Look at that fucker. Look at that fucker right there. It's good. Clean up these lines right here, even though you'll never fucking see them. Oh yeah. Opinion on Mars Volta. I've never actually listened to any Mars Volta, so I have absolutely no idea what the genre even is. So, unlike most of King Diamond's stuff, when he split off from Merciful Fate, he did pretty much concept albums, right? Except for this album. This is the only one that wasn't a complete concept album. Only the first 3 songs of it are. What do I think about horror rock? Can you give me an example? Or is that the name of a band? That sounds like a genre. Party Cannon is the one with the uh pirate metal is cute, you know? That's good. I never thought an art stream would be this fun. Well, thank you. That's a good feeling. I'm glad it's good. Which card is this? This is the 3 of Pentacles. And it's looking good, but I feel like this is the weak skull of them. Oh, the Misfits? Aren't they considered punk, not horror rock? I like the Misfits. I'm just doing what I want right now. I'll do commissions probably throughout this week, early in the morning. No luck in finding a job yet, but no reason that I can't try and pay the bills. That's the main reason that I'm playing full albums actually, Mecca, is because I had a hard time. The person nuns have no fun. You motherfucker, right there. You, yes. That album is on this list. I think to be a streamer, to be anything like that, you kind of have to be multi-talented. You have to do a little bit of art, and it'd be good to know music. It'd be better if I did know some music. I need to start playing guitar again. I need to find some, like, acoustic metals, if there is such a thing. Is there a link to the playlist? I'm sorry. I'll find it real quick. Okay, that's still open. You'll have to give me a second. Okay, here. I think this should link you to where the playlists are. The playlist that we're listening to right now is metal albums because I wanted to get a couple of songs that I hadn't heard. But the one that I normally use is metal songs for art tarot or whatever, something like that. Dyer has his web developing skills. Obviously, Yol and Vinny both know how to play music. It's good. It's good to be multi-talented because then you can kind of do a little bit of both. Yeah. Limes knows how to art as well. Hootie does voice acting. Pays to be multi-talented and have some sort of like little side gig thing you can do. Ima is actually a really good artist. And Jin does a little bit of art as well. All the Vinesauce streamers either do music or art, pretty much. Trying to think of any of them that's not true for. Darren? Darren doesn't. Can we see any of their art? You might ask them about it. I don't have any of it saved. I know Ima did like a drawing for me. She does. You know, I think GPM may be the exception to that rule. I can't honestly think of one that. I don't think he has that like secondary art talent or whatever. If he does, I don't know of it. So, GPM and Darren, I guess, are the exceptions to that rule. Darren has computer engineering stuff? Oh, I guess so. Does Fred do anything? He's got some programming stuff. I'm not saying that GPM has no talent. Don't take shit out of context. Oh god. Fred can dance, yes. He doesn't have those outside talents. He's a good streamer. I'm not too terribly sold by this song, just honestly. GPM's talent is sculpting his body. Okay. Okay. That's his side talent to streaming and YouTube. He's getting swole. Don't be good at everything, just offer everything. Okay. Yeah, this is. See, it's one of the albums that I didn't really listen to all the way through. I've listened to most of the other King Diamond albums all the way through. But I think this is like one of the only ones that I haven't. And I'm not really sold by it. Blasphemy, I know. I mean, this solo sounds good. It just started. The skeletons are probably going to have some flesh falling off or stuff. Yeah. I'm trying to decide if I want organs coming out here or not. It's kind of up in the air right now. We're using Psy Paint right now. It was King Diamond's first his first album outside of Merciful Fate. I think he was still trying to get his bearings on what he was doing with himself. He figured it out eventually, but you know, uh King Diamond actually was on Rock Band. It was on Guitar Hero, excuse me. In the Metallica version, he comes on and does Evil. He's like an unlockable character. I don't know if he was ever in Rocksmith or I know he's not on Rocksmith. I would fucking own that pack if he was. Which is why it's so sad that whoever does, I think it's Ubisoft, took down the ability to mod in your own songs. I mean, I guess it's because they want it to be like a platform they can sell more songs onto, but like, what are the chances that like Venom is gonna get added to Rocksmith? You know, probably not that hard. Yeah, he just plays Evil. He doesn't do all of them, but he is on there for Evil, and it's pretty awesome. Worth looking up a video of because they did a really good job. He took off. He's got like his traditional like corpse paint on, but they took off the inverted crosses. I mean, of the stuff that I've really like worked pretty hardcore on, I'm liking it. I follow an artist who does horror and gore art that's Witness the Absurd. I will check them out. I don't know that person. So next art stream, probably not next Monday, but next art stream that I do will probably be commissions. The Guitar Hero Metallica was pretty good. I think they've only got one song from Death Magnetic, and they don't have any songs from Saint Anger, which is because no one would play that fucking song. That's like one of the only albums that I'm gonna straight up not put on this list. That and like Lulu. I probably won't put I think I need to maybe bulk out the arms. Looking back at this guy now in comparison to like this guy, this one looks much more clinical. Yeah, Saint Anger. I remember hearing someone they did like a cover of one of the songs as a joke, and people were like, "Wow, you really got the drums really good. What set do you have? How did you get it to sound like that?" And then you just took a picture of this metal chair with a couple of drumsticks on it. That If you can get the sound of a professionally recorded album by hitting a fucking metal chair, someone's fucked up in production. I can't really click over to other songs. Can you link it to me on Twitter? Because what I'm doing is I'm recording my vocals separately. So that way when I put it up on YouTube, I just switch out. Like I edit in whatever. And then that way people who are listening on after hours can go and find this playlist and then listen to exactly what I'm listening to. So I don't get copyright strikes, but they also get to experience what the stream was like. So see, this already sounds a little bit better. This is I think the last, this is the fourth song. Yeah. Where are we at on this? 20 something? Probably number 5. I don't know if these are. Okay, this is still part of the concept album. All right. DM'd on Twitter. Thank you, man. I will. If you have bands that you want me to like play, just send me them on like Twitter. Like, send me their best album. You know. Do I like the Sword? Fuck. What did I think of the Sword? Not enough that I remember what I thought of them. Obviously. And just send me whatever band you want me to listen to, like their best album. That's the way I've been telling people to do it. And then if I feel like it, I'll put it on. It's a good way of like integrating the art with what we're, doing the art in the style of. I meant to have the eraser for that. I mean, you can always do it in the comments of the YouTube video as well, McDurpus. Whenever this gets posted up on YouTube, because I'd prefer you do that if you're watching on After Hours, just because, then people can comment and like say, "Oh yeah, that is a good band," and I can go, "Oh okay, cool. Other people actually like this. It might actually be something worth listening to," you know. I like this riff. That's pretty cool. I like that. Simple, but some of the best metal doesn't have like the most complex riff. It's just something that's like memorable. Right. I'm not sure if I feel that or not. I'm gonna come back to it and figure it out. Oh, I didn't check Twitter yet. I'm streaming right now, man. But I will check it and I'll add it to the list for next time. Assuming it's not like whatever. I don't know. I don't really have a restriction, so I'm not sure why I said that. Iced Earth. That's the one I don't have on here that I need to. I put Blind Guardian on. It was just like a minute long clip. Oh, it's the new Metallica song with the old album tones. Oh, what does that sound like? Is that good? Because the new Metallica song, I was just like, yeah, that's a song. It's not a bad song. I mean, it's better than like Saint Anger, but it's not like inspired. It's just like any metal band could have done that. And that it's Metallica is just like, what are you doing? But, not doing Saint Anger is good. I like this hand now. All right. See you in a minute, man. Yeah, I need to go find whatever. It's 1776 is that Iced Earth song that everyone loves, right? I'll find out what album that's on and then listen to that. It's like the only song of theirs that I kind of liked. See, this is part of the reason that I think I don't have the list as fleshed out as I should. Like, I listened to a hand of that I really like, and then I just sort of listen to those songs on repeat forever. Check out Night of the Storm Rider. All right, definitely send that to me on Twitter because I'm totally gonna forget what you just said, and then it's like you didn't say it. I'm liking how this is going. The 1776 is an Iron Maiden song. Oh, well, shit. That would be why I liked it then. He should be skinnier. Yeah, I need to do some stuff to his chest because it's not like quite right. He's a little bit too buff right now. It's not? Oh. I was gonna say, I'm not aware of that Iron Maiden song, but okay. It doesn't sound like an Iron Maiden song to me, but I'll draw a skeleton for Yul. I mean, I've got a commission page open if he wants to. It's my favorite Iron Maiden album. Let me go look over a list of the names of the albums. Oh, Power Slave is good. I might have to say Power Slave. This song is amazing, and it's almost Halloween, so. And I quoted this song right when I started this stream. Yeah, let me go with the maybe Power Slave. Somewhere in Time was good. Fuck, they're a good band. Hey, Cinepepper. This song I feel on a spiritual level. This is Halloween by Merciful Fate. It's the 5th of Halloween right now. Yeah, I know. Just realize that it kind of looks like that image. How cute was the fuzzy bug friend I tweeted? Oh, you're talking to Cinepepper. I'm like, I don't know what we're talking about. I don't get the September Halloween joke. The joke is that I always enjoy Halloween, and it is Halloween always. I have 2 skulls sitting on a desk next to me right now. And they're not just for art, although they're nice for that. They're also because skulls are fucking cool. I'm drawing this because it's fucking cool. Not because it's Halloween. But I'm going to treat it like it's Halloween because Halloween is an awesome holiday. Every night, to me, is Halloween. It's the best holiday. I guess I should start working on getting set up for a Halloween stream eventually. Like, Halloween is like the one time a year where everyone's like on the same page as me as like shit I enjoy. Do I like bugs? Yeah. Some are cute. Some are cool. Some are assholes. Kind of depends. His forehead needs to be bigger. I'll fix it up in a second. Something like this. I think I might have made his head too big now. Because we've got a bit of a sheer angle going. It's partly because I can't get the angle quite right. It's okay, Senna. Just feel better. Not like as a command, but as a like, we care about you situation. I'm not ultra into pumpkin spice, but you know, it's such a autumn thing. I like autumn. It's good. Best holiday, good weather. God. All right. All right. I love Christmas. That's okay. There's a Christmas song for you on this album as well. King Diamond celebrates all of the holidays. I need to save. I haven't saved recently. This song. This is boss battle music. This does not sound like King Diamond. You have become one of my favorite streamers. Well, good. You haven't already checked out the other Vinesauce streamers, I recommend it. Wouldn't hang out with these guys unless if I liked them. I like autumn just because the weather is nice. Like here in Texas, it's like bearable to go outside, and the leaves have changed a pretty color, and the holiday is good. It's pretty much just Halloween. Hi, is food ready?
Yeah, I'm making food.
Oh, okay. It smells really good.
I haven't done anything.
Oh, it smells good all the same. How are you doing? King Diamond.
Oh.
I don't know this song.
It's pretty good. I like it.
They have trees in Texas sometimes. They're not as big as the ones up north. Jesus Christ, trees up north are huge, man. Everyone thinks that Texas is a desert. That's only if you go to like West Texas. The Texas you see in cartoons is West Texas. You know? Like fuck all going on out there. Just desert and mountains. Where in Texas Rev Garland here? Oh, I'm from Austin. Where's Garland, Texas? I think I've passed through there, either going up to Fort Worth or going down to El Paso or West El Paso. Where's Arlen? Arlen's pretty close to Austin, I'm pretty sure. No, wait, it's up north. Fuck, I forget where everything is in Texas. I don't go to those places. I don't have time to go to Arland. It's north of. Oh, right. Okay. So I must have gone near there on the way to Fort Worth sometime. Is Texas humid then? Um, Sometimes. I would say that it's more humid up north. So like stuff like, you know, lower temperatures are more unbearable. Arlen, Texas is a real place? Yeah. Where is Arlen, Texas? I forget. Arlen, Texas. I'm pretty sure it is real. The fictional town. It's fake. Sorry. Where am I thinking?
Arlington?
Arlington. That's what I'm thinking of. It's probably based after Arlington. Arlen, King of the Hill reminds me a lot of Hutto, honestly. I grew up in the Hutto area, so like yeah, that show like it's for a lot of people it's like I don't know, it's like for metalheads you listen to like, you know, you go watch Death Clock and you have a laugh about how accurate it is to like metal culture and then you go watch King of the Hill to figure out what Texas is like. It's you know, overly dramatic and, you know, kind of not the best show, but it's, you know, enjoyable. I'm not really feeling this album in a lot of ways, honestly. It could be that I need to take some Tylenol because, like, I've been crouched over in this position for like 2 or 3 hours, but um, yeah, I haven't watched any King of the Hill for a long time. Mostly, I just like see little things that he says, and I'm like, "Yep, that's Texas." Oh, here you go. You like Christmas? Here's the Christmas song. I think this was somewhat of an apology, this album, for being so satanic in Merciful Fate. I don't think he's treating himself too fucking seriously with this or Halloween. I like this song though. It's funny. Like that riff is amazing for thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. There's snow in northern Texas. When it snows down here in Austin, everything shuts down because we don't have the infrastructure for it. We build everything up. Have I ever heard of the Murder Dolls? Sounds familiar, but I don't couldn't tell you anything about them. It's not really a death metal scream. It's like kind of King Diamond's own thing, but all the same. There's a single of this song as well. Ooh, I've done something terribly wrong now that I've zoomed out. Holy fuck, that's bad. I'll fix it. His eyes are good. They're just not the right size for this. I need to. Oh, right. The Pinnacle guys were all ghosts. That was something that we were doing. What drawing software is this? This is Sai. SAI. It's good. Does the job anyway. I like it. Someone suggested Krita as a free alternative. I haven't tried it, so, 250 people watching an art stream is pretty good. Yeah. Well, thank you all for being here. I'm going to stop once food's done because I am very hungry and that smells very good. All right. I need to fix what's going on with his jaw cuz that's not good. Something awful has happened here and I'm not sure what. I'm just going to these streams are great. Well, thank you. I love that song. I don't care how campy it is. It's great. That's wrong. It's okay if he's in pain. He's a metal skeleton and he's holding a pentagram. I like this. I like that. I don't like this. His laugh is amazing. I know, right? It's so like evil imp kind of laugh, isn't it? It's so good. I'm liking this song. It's pretty good. What is this, by the way? Which King Diamond song are we listening to? 43. Oh, it's the one right after. So this is the lake then. Okay, cool. Why does it look like he's wearing a sweater? Because I haven't gotten around to drawing the rest of his body. Yeah. He's got a crazy falsetto. He's one of like the most revered singers in metal because of his just operatic singing style. So good. Like if you don't like it, that's fine, but just like understand like how influential this guy is and how like crazy talented you have to be able to hit that note. How long have I been working on this card? About 3 hours now. So we're going really slow today, but you know what? I feel like this card is good. I don't know. I'm okay with spending a little bit more time on something if it makes it look good, and I'm going to be selling these eventually, so they kind of do need to look good. Also, this one had like a lot of detail going on. We still haven't gotten to all of it. This may be one that we cut up into like 2 different streams, weirdly enough. But because I decided to draw like 2 full body skeletons, or mostly full body. I mean, they're ghosts, so they don't have lower halves, because that's how ghosts work, I guess. Jortsky. Jortsu. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but thank you for subscribing. It's very nice of you. Why are we talking about politics? Of all the times to talk about politics. When I was talking about like gun control and shit like that earlier, and Columbine, that was a time to talk about politics, but why are we now? I'm going to be selling Yeah, I'm gonna do a Kickstarter once they're all done. But that's why I'm waiting until they're all done, just because the biggest problem with Kickstarter is like people not completing what they said they're gonna do. So if I don't complete it and no one's putting any money down, then hey, just means that I've lost out on money and you guys don't. You know? So I will eventually. Anyway, that happened. If it goes on to another, I mean, I guess it's going on to another album. Why don't we might want to call it there rather than moving on to as much as I love that song. How far out would you say food is? Oh, it's done. Okay. Why don't we call it there? We'll come back to the self-titled Merciful Fate album next time, and I probably actually can't show that on stream, so whoopsie, gonna have to censor that. I forgot that that's what the album art for it is. That actually might get me in a lot of trouble. Let's just hope that Twitch doesn't find out. Well, his face is a little fucked, but it's better than it was a minute ago. We're getting there with this one. This one, I was drawing a little bit slow today, and a lot of this requires a lot of detail. The pentagrams are requiring a lot. It's why I kind of went with a more simplistic style for it. I like having this line. I know it's little, but the just difference in how sharp that looks and how clean that looks is really good in comparison to this. I think I'm gonna go back and do that to this off stream. Same with this one. Just having that black line there makes it look so much more crisp and interesting. I mean, look at that shit. That looks really cool. And it looks a lot more like, I don't know, professional. It looks more artsy. So I'm going to do that probably, and I'll do that off stream. I've already saved. I'm going to check and see if there's any art. I don't think there is. I don't know how there would be. I guess there could be. You guys are doing art along with me. Yeah. Future me, remember to censor out that album art, because that cannot be coming up on stream. All right, now where is that? There's one new piece of art at least. Let me refresh just to be sure. Oh, there's actually a couple new pieces of art. Lots of new art, and it's good art too. Let me go ahead and drag it all over. I guess you guys were drawing along with me. That's always a cool feeling. Getting people to do art when you know, cuz getting inspired to do art sometimes is not the easiest, and people have a hard time getting started, but if I can, if I can help out with that, that's a cool feeling. I mean, that's why I went to Vinesauce in the first place, After this, there's no more streams to watch. Well, if you haven't watched the first streams of this, then you should go watch the other streams of this. I think there's at least two. The cover of the self-titled Merciful Fate album has boobs, and Twitch is like, oh, boobs. What the fuck just happened? Where did everything go? There it went. Okay. Let me bring up a screen region. So I was talking on Twitter about this dream I had last night, and it's referenced in this image by trainer Alexia, who's chilling with us in chat today. Good artist. I think they have commissions open. If you're still here, let me know. And then we can actually go and pimp out your thing. Let me give you a good screen region of it. It's by trainer Alexia, and here's the little conversation I had with Vinny discussing it. I said, I had a dream where I was hanging out with Vinny and Markiplier. Don't know much about Markiplier. He just did two things that I know about him. which some grammar got fucked up because of the limited character thing. Mark just did the two things that I know. The two things I do know: backflips and saying hello. So in the dream, he just kept doing backflips and saying, "Markiplier here." And then here's Vinny going, "Yeah, I wish I could do backflips as good as he does." I say hello better, and then I said, "Yeah, it was weird. You guys were having a conversation about business and stuff, and every time you just say Markiplier, Markiplier, oh Markiplier, like he was a Pokemon. It was weird." And Vinny didn't seem phased by it, and I wasn't phased by it. I can't even read my own words. I'm fucking illiterate as shit. So shout out to backflips and Markiplier. Anyway, Protein Shake draws this of me holding a skull, and the skull is bleeding because that's metal. Telling the story increased the amount of time I was looking at this one, so we're going to look at this one for a minute. Markiplier. And then we've got this one by SPO Tulip, who writes, "I was inspired by how you draw your metal style, so I thought I'd try and mix it up with my chibi style, which is really cute, and I like it." Tilda likes it. And then we've got this last one from Izzy McCall, who has screenshotted something that I said when people were shipping me on Tumblr, and says, "Rev X King Diamond Platonic Friendship OTP." And I said, "I want this." And then they have gone and drawn that of King Diamond and myself. The guy we were just listening to, the guy with the falsetto, he looks like that. Here, hold on. This is the guy that we were just listening to. Just so you know. So this little like cute sketchy drawing of it is pretty good. But anyway, Markiplier here. I'm gonna be done now. There's food sitting next to me. It smells amazing, and I need to leave. I'm going to link it one more time, although I'm probably going to get to, if you're just now hearing about it, your commission late. I'm going to try and get through all of them. But lots of good art from other people, and then there was my stuff. But if you haven't watched the old streams of it, you can always go on after hours. Anyway, I have to go. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for drawing along. Thank you if you've sent me a message about a commission. And thank you just for existing. I'm going to go now. Goodbye.